Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer and I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with you. I've got two model kits on the docket for today. But first things first, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave leg of the scythe emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with emotes. Harold, thank you very much for hosting. Yeah, if you're a subscriber here, you can reply with my emotes. If you are not a subscriber, you can just say hi. You can use emotes from another stream or whatever. Also, you don't have to chat. But this is the pre-show portion of the stream where we're going to hang out. We're going to just kind of be in the space, talk a little bit. We're giving time for people who are like, oh shit, it's 9 p.m. Eastern time. I forgot to go tune into Pat's stream. Oh yeah, sorry, I came from another thing. Aristophan just subbed 26 months, half a deck. Thank you so much for that. I really, really appreciate it. Also, some bit emotes there. Harold is here. We got some emotes in the chat there. I'm going to throw the applause in. Aristophan, thank you so much for your continued support. Also, the fact that you're tier 2. That's rad. And yeah, now we got a new emote, and it is cute. The K-pop selfie emote. That's fun. Also, there's an emote that emote that everyone has. One of those universal emotes is golden today, and I don't know what's up with that, but I think the Kappa is golden. But I won't see it, but you'll see it as golden. And then if I get it gifted, I don't know. I kind of understand. I'll admit this. I don't pay a lot of attention to what's going on Twitch, except when it's bad. When things are going fine, I generally do not pay attention. It's when they're like doing things like, hey, partnered, we're gonna delete a bunch of clips. You got to get rid of your clips that have content. We're not gonna tell you which ones, but you got to take care of that. Or and if you get 3 notifications, you're done. And it's just like, oh, so you're going to work with us at all? No, we can't do that. We have a way to detect stuff. We can mute you, but the step beyond that, we don't have the capacity to do that. Oh, we do. We're just not going to. Cool. You may notice that if you come in the first couple minutes of my stream before I actually go live, I'm playing music from Soundtrack by Twitch. A couple of the songs are pretty good. I'm mostly doing it because I do not want to get my VODs muted. Lord Crashington is here. Hi, Lord Crashington. Welcome. Yeah, I don't want my VODs muted. So I will also be deleting the next time I do Twitch Sings. I'm only going to be doing it probably 2 more times. But the next time I do Twitch Sings, immediately deleting that archive because I don't want to run afoul. And deleting any clips that I upload. Don't want to have those. I don't think, yeah. The only clips I'll be uploading are the ones of the, duets that I want to do with myself. I'll keep those up for a little bit, but I'm not going to keep them in long because I don't want any issues. This is one of my 2 main sources of consistent income, and I do not want to do anything to make that go away. Even though I am an affiliate, not a partner, so things are a little different. Hey, Lord Crashington is saying hey to me. And also, Lashbrook is here. Hey, Lashbrook, welcome. So what's on the agenda for tonight? Well, we got the RX-78-2 clear. This is a high grade. We have done the chest, the head, the backpack. We have done the legs. We now need to do the waist. And then we have to build the weapons. We've got the waist. We've got the gun, the bazooka, and the shield. So we've got a few more things together. We only have 1 sticker left to put together with this, which is good. And then we move on to the cup noodle. I just want to show this right here. This is the lid, the paper lid. That you can attach to the top. It is not sticky all the way around, so you can put it on there and then have it be like half stuck on. If you want to put the topper of the cup noodle kit, it is a 1-to-1 scale. It is from the is the 70s design of the cup noodle. They're going classic. The other thing I want to point out is how creepy some of these stickers are. And when I say some of these stickers, I just mean the shrimp stickers are creepy as fuck. These shrimp stickers are going to go on. They are going to be attached to the shrimp itself, and to give the shrimp some lifelike looks. I'll show you, because normally the shrimps are like this color, this kind of color, this orange, and we are entering shrimp heaven now territory. The uncanny valley is real, and it is gross looking. There's a lot of stickers on this kit, because we've got all of these here to apply, including stickers that are to give the cup noodle box itself some like 3D looking effect to it, the actual container. And then also there's a sticker if we want to have it like be like the if we want to make it like sealed, the top of it. So there's the cellophane, fake cellophane sticker. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of good stuff about this kit. I'm very excited to build a cup noodle, 1-to-1 scale cup noodle kit. But first things first, we gotta finish the kit. We don't stop kits unless it's a holiday, like this Saturday for Halloween. I will pause whatever kit we're working on. It'll take a pause, and then we will immediately begin to build, start the stream by putting together I'll show you real quick. This ghost, this Lego ghost. That's Halloween. We're gonna build this Lego ghost on Halloween. So I just also remind myself I have to send out a thing. So I just gotta write myself a note, which I will write here. Which is I just have to write myself a quick note in a schedule Tuesday. Got to send a thing out tomorrow, and I forgot to do it today, so I'm going to do it tomorrow. All right, we're giving ourselves a retweet. Let us know. But yeah, this is what we're going to be doing on Saturday, and then we'll go back to whatever we were working on. But yeah, that was a thing that I was like, oh, I definitely want to do something for Halloween, something particular for that. So let's go over here to what we're working on, move this out of the way. Okay, put this aside for now. We do have one more sticker left to put on this kit, so we will have to get into that once we start working on the waist. But yeah, this is a fine kit of its own, but I am looking forward to working on something to getting going on that cup noodle. But we don't, we generally said, except if it's a holiday, we don't pause building just because something fancy came in. It just becomes the next thing we build. Also, shout outs to Crazy Like Fox, who who sent me a gift card specifically so I would buy that kit, and I did. So I'm very happy for that. That was very generous. All right, so put that on there. We're working on the waist of this kit. I switched the arms out, the hands, I should say, not the arms, the hands out. For some reason, I didn't like the look of the open palms. I don't know why. The open palms, I just didn't like the look of. Just the fact that this high grade had two different sets of hands, that's nice. You don't always get that with kits of the high grade variety. So that's kind of cool. Actually, technically 3 hands, because this is the gun trigger hand and there's another hand there. That's pretty nice. Usually you don't get that kind of variety in a high grade. And so that's cool. All right, C31. C31 is this piece here. All right. Yeah, so we don't have a lot left to build on this kit. We're going to be working on the waist, and then it's just time for some weapons. We already did the beam sabers, but early, but yeah, shouldn't be too difficult. It's Monday. I put out a new video out at youtube.com/PatBaer. My new Pat Bear's Anime Club video is live. I am talking about Pet Peeves Part 2. I previously did a Pet Peeves video, and I realized I had other ones to kind of talk about. And as with the previous video, it is somewhat light, but also it ends with one that's like kind of not light and kind of superfluous. But um, like anything, right? It is okay to be critical of the things you enjoy. I think that's important to be critical of the things that you like and enjoy. It's necessary. So I have no problems with talking about things that I wish could be improved or could be better, and talking about the stuff that like I don't necessarily love, but I like about the things in anything. I think that's important, and I think we can all uh, we should all strive to not like give a pass to things that we appreciate, to be able to be critical of them. So yeah, I talk about the different some of my new pet peeves. One I give a bit of a shout out to, but I don't go in too depth, is the new one. It is probably my latest pet peeve because it happens like every other season right now, and it's just going to keep happening, it looks like, which is anime that is inspired by a variation of or a retelling that has something to do with Sherlock Holmes. Because this season we've got there's a Moriarty anime, and a couple seasons ago there was a Sherlock Holmes. But what if Sherlock Holmes was like a guy living in the slums with a bunch of other dudes? And this one is Moriarty growing up and basically how he became Moriarty, because he started off being righteous, and then I guess things happen and he is not anymore. So it's going to be watching that his fall, and I was like, and there are so many Sherlock Holmes series that it's just like, come on. I understand that it doesn't cost you anything, but come on. There's no need for this. And I think there's like the characters aren't in copyright, but some of the stories are still under copyright, which is why you often end up with a lot of just wackadoo stories that don't necessarily follow any particular plot, or are just huge imaginations of retellings of the classic tales. And it's just like, yeah, I'm okay. I don't need that. I don't. Everyone has enough Sherlock stories. I often in these days anyway, gotta love properties that existed before Disney destroyed the concept of public domain. Yes, but really what it comes down to is I try to watch original series if I can, because I really do think that it is important to be able to. All right, this is our last sticker. It's going to go on our crotch area here. I do think it's important to say you don't have to be a very successful manga. Now I say that there are 2 projects this season that are based on interesting, weird properties that I'm not watching, but those are almost impossible. Hey, Jam, welcome, to deal with. Those are the ones that so I tried to look up stuff about Hypnosis Mike, I should say, Hypnosis Mike, because I was like, this seems like it has characters that seem well defined for an anime about guys rapping at each other to settle for supremacy in a World War III where weapons have been completely outlawed. I was like, there seems to be quite the rich history to this anime. What is all of this? Well, it turns out this anime is not really based on the manga, although there is manga. It's mostly based on a bunch of CDs that came out because Hypnosis Mike is a multimedia property that started with audio drama CDs and songs, and the battles and the lyrics reflected the characters, and then the voice actors of the songs and the things are now the voice actors in the anime, and there's a manga, but some of the manga decisions were due to votes, because you would go to a website and vote for the song. If you bought one of the battle singles, you could each battle single had the code, and then you could go and vote for the song you liked best, so you could determine who won like a competition. And there's a lot. There's just a lot. There's a whole lot. Uh, and basically people were like, well, the anime is actually the good starting point because they have to tell an anime story, and also very little of the wiki is translated into English. So if you're an English language fan, it is the best place to start. And it's just like, oh well, no, I don't need that. It's a lot of the rapping is embarrassing, so I don't need to watch that. Uh, but I think I am like definitely probably done with anime that tells me that the way to watch and enjoy it uh, is that it's multimedia. Like, don't tell me to read the manga. I'll read the manga if I want to. I don't have to read the manga. I should say this. I shouldn't have to read the manga to enjoy the story that you're telling. Like if I'm going to watch the anime should either be good or bad, and either I enjoyed it or I didn't, or I had some mixed thoughts on it. Whatever. I have my opinions on it from watching it. Now, I do want to say quickly, talking about this kit, is that I have skipped the a step here. I put it together before I built the sides. That is generally a thing that I like to do with high grades because often trying to get the legs in and tightened is tough when you've put the side skirts on. So I neglected to put the side skirts on until after I've completed it. If that becomes an issue, I can remove the legs, but I'm doing this. This is from practical experience. For me, anyway, this is what I have noticed. So I just want to give you a little bit of that. Occasionally, I like to talk a little bit about my tips and tricks when it comes to model kit building, and not just talk about anime. Although obviously, I do talk a lot about anime. I'm trying to think about the other show this season. Oh, there's another one that started like a couple weeks late. I think it's only on the second episode. That is another multimedia property thing where like there have been CDs and contests and stuff, and I was just like, let me know if it's good. I don't know. I do think that the barrier entry sometimes for folks is tough when you have to really like investigate a thing and like you shouldn't. I shouldn't. If I'm going to tell you about a show, I shouldn't have to tell you to go read a wiki, a fan wiki, to see what's up, or like send you a video essay. I think like that is an unnecessary thing, and shouldn't be a thing. You should either I can tell you about it or whatever. Like obviously, I say that, but a show I'm watching this season, literally that I watched the episode today, came out yesterday, but I watched it today. I have to explain a bunch because it. If I just told you that, like, oh, it's a show about girls that want to be stand-up comedians, like, I think that's enough. But there is way more to it, to the point where a thing I just found out is two of the characters in the show, support characters, are playing themselves. They are stand-ups who are not a duo. I don't believe they're an actual duo, but they're four real stand-ups who are making their their voice actor debut as themselves. And which is just weird. But I think you could like enjoy the show without knowing that, but it is a cool weird thing, and I do enjoy finding out cool weird things. I think Saturday I talked about Talentless Nana and how like that show is. Wait, did I miss a piece? Wait, no. What's this supposed to? What's up with this? What's A8? Did I miss A8? Let me go through. I don't think I missed A8, but A9. Okay, let me go through all this. A6, A12, A8. I did miss A8. How did I miss A8? That's so weird. I totally did. I totally did. Y'all, I missed a step. I missed a piece. I was about to start the gun up, and I look over here, and I'm like, wait, this is a clear red piece. I totally did. That's pretty good construction that I was able to completely fuck this up, and it was fine. But yeah. All right, now I have to put things apart. Well, there you go. I'm now going to take major components of this apart in order to, yeah, oh yeah, well that does look weird. Huh, that does look weird without it. Okay. So that's got to go, that goes in like that. See if I can get this piece up. Alright, I'm going to try to pop this piece off without breaking it, or ripping it, or tearing it. Huh. Well, I'm glad I noticed it, but that is, yeah, that is a strange thing. It is odd for me to just completely mess a thing up like that. I mean, certainly I've messed things up before, but okay. So that goes in before this, so I do have to take the back piece off. Alright, wow. I gotta take a lot of this apart. I definitely goofed this up, y'all. Okay. So I'm gonna get my wedges out, and we'll try to take all big sections of this apart. Because yeah, I totally just missed a part of the chest, and it went together without it, which was good. That I didn't like. Well, it's bad that I didn't notice it on Saturday, but it's good that it didn't. That this isn't going to be possible for me to separate. Now this will be the one I just have to be very careful with as I separate them. So we'll just take our time. But anyway, yeah, I don't have a lot that I definitely want to talk about tonight. I mean, I figured we're definitely going to talk about Cup Noodle when it's Cup Noodle time, but I don't have a huge agenda these days. I don't have like a lot going on with me. Let's see. Oh, we'll talk about this. This is not a Pat Preps meal. This is not a thing that I did, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Lego is pretty forgiving of mistakes. I've gone many steps without losing an error. Yes, Aristofan. Lego is incredibly great. You can really go back in and really fix a goof with Lego. I would say that's one of the reasons why I have all these tools is for model kit stuff is to fix the major goofs, which I have definitely done in the past. Certainly. Okay, so we got that in. Now we can slide this piece on over. Great. That's going to look way better with that. Can't believe I made a big mistake on there. Wow. I definitely goofed. Okay, so now we'll put that there. Put this back up here. Oh yeah, so yesterday, for the first time in, I cannot tell you the last time I had this, corned beef in the old slow cooker. And it was fantastic. Now, I am not a cabbage fan. I do not enjoy cabbage. But this household does enjoy cabbage, so there was cabbage in there. And, of course, potatoes and carrots in the slow cooker as well. And that corned beef, woo, that turned out good. There's a little left over, and I was very happy with that. But, yeah, that ended up being pretty damn great. And it was like, oh, I'm very happy that I am in this house right now eating this fantastic corned beef. It was just so good. And then today we had peppers, stuffed peppers, which is big bell peppers, big old ones. And then you put a mixture of ground beef and rice in there, and usually a tomato sauce or like stewed tomatoes, and bake it. You parboil the pepper first. Cut off the top, scoop out the insides, parboil it. Very good. And it's basically everything in one. Now you do a bit potato on the side, but you don't really need to do potato because you get lots of starch. Very tasty. Anyway, I fixed my mistake. Yeah, and that looks better. That looks way better. Okay. Really goofed that one up. But we caught it, and we were able to fix it, and that's important. Okay. Lashbrook says, so I did something. Like the opposite of a build yesterday, I ripped a capacitor out of the OG Xbox I got recently because it's a ticking time bomb waiting to ruin the motherboard. Ooh, okay. One, that's fun. You got the old box, the old Xbox box, and you're tooling around with it. I did not know that there is a capacitor in there that is as you say, a ticking time bomb. But yeah, you did some surgery. You did surgery or modding or what do you want to call that? That's cool, Ashbrook. Um, well, enjoy your original Xbox and the various things. Pardon me. Do you plan on doing to it? Uh, hey Pat. Did you see the weird DVD house today? Says Mr. Bob. No, no, Mr. Bob. I do not know what you're talking about. Uh, I'm going to assume that's a house that someone covered the outside of their house in DVDs or DVD cases. That it's like a recycling project or an art piece. For I don't know, Mr. Bob. So I guess my answer to your question is no. I did not see that. I mean, you in your question said weird, which I think is yeah. That is. I'll take that as a given. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to talk too much about wrestling right now. I'm sort of into wrestling right now. I'm sort of not into wrestling right now. Um, uh, I will say mostly that I don't win or lose. I don't give a shit about Randy Orton in a match. You don't put of all three Hell in a Cell matches you have, putting that one last makes no sense. Either you put the story that has been building for as long as they've been professional wrestlers, and a story that is not the last chapter of it, but has a lot of heart to it, or and will be good, or you put the incredible story, the best thing happening in WWE. You don't put that first, but you probably put it last. The only reason you put it first is because you want to give it as much time as it needs. Most revisions of the Xbox have a clock capacitor known to leak. I really don't know how to solder, so I just wiggled it back and forth until it's snapped off. That is another way to go. If you can't flood it and pull the solder, that is an option. Not the most recommended, but removing it, probably the best way to go. Okay, so Mr. Bob says, or Lastberg says, oh no, Mr. Bob says, it started as a 3D property tour that goes from that one's house that turns into a massive warehouse full of DVDs. Oh, it's a house that was listed up on a site 3D walkthrough that was way bigger, more intricate than you expect, and full of DVDs and stuff. Okay, so I did see the tweet that mentioned the house, but I didn't click the link because I only saw a couple people retweet it, so I did not investigate because I assumed that it was just another like god-awful terrible house. Like the reveal is like, oh, these people have poor taste, or like the last one I really went for was the house that was like attached to the town hall, so it had a jail cell in it, but they didn't mention that in the description, as if somebody who was selling the house just forgot that was a thing they should say, and so you're just going through quick pictures and suddenly you're like, whoa. So all right, well, next time that pops up on my feed, I will have to investigate. Can you find the shower? It's the most unintentional discovery RPG of our time. Yeah, that does sound interesting. All right, Mr. Bob. Okay. But I do like. All right, we finished our gun. There's our gun. It's got a cool little sight there. Not a sticker, a piece of plastic. I like that instead of the sticker. That's rad. All right, let's move on and build our bazooka, and then we will build our shield, and then we will be done. All right, yeah, let's put our bazooka together. Yeah, anyway, wrestling. You put Roman Reigns, the Reigns Uso match up last. You don't put it up first. And if you are going to put that up first, then you put Sasha Bailey up last. And you don't do that. And then also, you just give up on, like, Retribution is one of the, will go down in history as the worst gimmick of 2020, at least in WWE. I can't imagine there will be a worse gimmick than the Retribution. It is awful. It is unbelievably awful. No one involved in it is going to do well. The only good part about it is that they had Ali reveal that he is the hacker, which at least ties up a storyline that they clearly never wanted to tie up, but they at least get some closure in a storyline. It's nice to get closure. It's just awful. It's just awful. It is so frustrating. Ali is such a good wrestler and such a good person on the mic, and to be saddled with such a terrible storyline, and then they don't have them win. You gotta have them win. Imagine, wrestling fans, if the Shield lost their first pay-per-view match or their second pay-per-view match. They got run off on occasion. Yeah, you do that. Like, oh, some people got the best of them. But, like, you can't. You can't have a faction come in, give them bad masks and terrible nicknames, and then be surprised when they do terrible. It's just unbelievably poor. They're just doing such a bad job with them. It's so frustrating. Very good wrestlers have been given just garbage to work with. Mr. Bob says about this house, it's an old church that's a baptism pool. They turned it into a shower. It's just past the Girls Gone Wild DVDs. Okay. Okay. I do like that. Like, they know that it's hard to sell a house for being weird. Like, that is a tough sell. So you got to pretend it's not a weird house and then hope that no one calls you out on the fact that your house is completely messed up and weird. So you have to be like, yeah, what did you think was wrong with the place? And I get that. I understand that. But, like, I don't know. You can't hide that much weird. Like, if at any point in the future, Colin Furs, or whatever, I can't remember how to say his last name, if he was like, oh, I'm going to sell my house, and he didn't mention that there's a tricked out bomb shelter in his backyard that he built himself, like, you can't do that. You can't be like, oh yeah, let's not mention the bomb shelter. That's probably going to be a harder sell. So let's not say that. Like, no, you can't do that. You got to say that. Anyway, I'm going to try not to gripe about WWE too much, but it is a bit frustrating. At least I have NXT most of the time. I love this heel turn for Kushida. Ooh, I love that heel turn for Kushida. Hell yeah, give my boy some time. Making work. It's going to be rad as fuck. Love it. Love that. Not as big of a fan as the Tucker heel turn. Now, I will say this. Having Tucker as a turn heel gives Tucker something to do, which is good, because I think he's a good worker and a good wrestler. It also means that we will not have more weeks of our boy Otis trying to pretend like he's someone else, which was bad. So we don't have that anymore. It does mean we don't have Otis with the Money in the Bank briefcase, and we have The Miz with the Money in the Bank briefcase, which is not exciting at all. And then also, it does suck that Otis has now joined the club that used to be just Kennedy as somebody that had a briefcase and lost a match, which meant that someone else got that briefcase. That is rough stuff, and yeah, not thrilled about that. But it is what it is, unfortunately. I mean, they didn't have really plans. Although, the idea of Otis pinning Randy Orton and cashing in on Randy Orton really was a thing that I was looking forward to. Just the concept of made me laugh. As opposed to Drew winning the belt back from Randy to then lose it to The Miz. I mean, I don't think The Miz is cashing that in. I think John Morrison is gonna beat him for it and then become the next champion is my actual guess. And then he will then John Morrison will cash it in and get a championship, a brief run as champion. That's my actual guess. But it'll be a face John Morrison. He'll turn face. Who knows? That's just my guess. Anyway, we're just about done with this kit. I want to read this thing from Mr. Bob, who says, if you take out the DVDs, there's just a lot of square footage left over. So the long list of weird real estate listings, I'd say this is not the most questionable. Also, the property came with the DVDs, then you always have something new to watch for the rest of your life. Yeah, I mean, I assume that the DVDs are abandoned. I don't know. I mean, I will investigate this weird thing. Hey, sometimes you just have a lot of property and you don't know how to fill it, and you figure out ways to fill it. But anyway, we're done with this kit. I knew we would get into the cup noodle soon. I told you we would. But let's take a photo. I'm going to take a photo here of our lovely clear version of the 782, the RX-78-2, I should say. It was a fantastic build. Very much enjoyed this. Stickers were a little rough, but otherwise this is a fun kit. If you ever wanted to do a clear, this is a great clear. It has weird bathrooms with 2 toilets and no dividers. That is weird. Converted spaces, y'all. Sometimes converted spaces are weird. I will have to take a look. I did not see that. All right, so I'm taking a photo. This kit is done. Another done model kit. That is the problem with high grades, is it does not take too long to build them. Sometimes that is rough for my purposes. That they do not take the longest time to put together. All right, so let's talk cup noodle. I'm probably going to tweet out when I start it, but we'll get into conversation about this. I'll do that. Let me do that, actually. Tweet out. Hey, what's up, mouse? There you are, mouse. Great. I'll get there. And we just retweet the reply to this. Starting the noodle kit. Great. There. Great. That kit looks so nice. A Mr. Transparent plastic look. Nintendo app on Brilliant Black. Yes, I agree. I love a good transparent kit. The Ruby Red Sazabi Real Grade that we built last year is still one of my favorite kits of all time. It just looks gorgeous. That made it to storage, don't you worry. All right, so we got our cup noodle here, so we can look at this. Now, if you're saying, Pat, I do not know what's happening right now. Well, we got the Best Hit Chronicle. What is the Best Hit Chronicle? Best Hit Chronicle is a partnership between famous Japanese brands and Bandai to make model kits of their famous brands. The very first one released was the Sega Saturn model kit. The second one in this line was the model kit for the original PlayStation. There are going to be 5 of these. This is the third one. So this is the cup noodle. This is the look of the 70s look of the cup. It is a shrimp cup noodle. It is very important to recognize you should not eat this. They want you to know. Do not add hot water. Do not eat. They cannot stress this enough. This item is a plastic bottle kit. It cannot be eaten. That is not that is not even because it does look like a cup noodle kit. It definitely does. You can look at that. You can remove the cup part there to take a cross-section photo. There is a lot of stuff. There's a lot here to look at. I'm very excited to put this together. There is a little piece here that we will be cutting up later to represent the leaks. So we will be cutting up this plastic to represent our leaks later. That is the thing that's going to happen. There are a bunch of stickers. That sounds like a challenge. It is not a challenge. I bet YouTubers going to try to eat it. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, we got a lot of stickers here. I am going to be trying a method I've seen pretty recently and applying stickers like this, about getting them off and making sure you're not ripping the sticker, because we do have big stickers here. Um, I can show you a little bit of what that looks like, the technique that I will be doing. So we'll do it with a big sticker here. So often, what you would do is you would start from the edge and you would try to peel up the edge, right? So we're not going to do that. Instead, we are going to start against the edge and peeling away from it to get underneath the outside, and then we will be running our whatever tool we use around to peel it up. Um, and that apparently will be a a good way to remove these stickers from this kind of sticker sheet. So we'll give that a shot. I saw that online and looked like an interesting method, so we'll give that a go. Might become internet famous like Jeff Gersman if you lick it to see how it tastes. Yeah, that's not going to be me. That can be somebody else out there. Um, I'm not looking to become that kind of famous. All right, I'm going to read you about the. I'm going to read from this booklet about the noodle cluster, because this is just fascinating. Now, I'm going to mention the Dreamcast instructions did not have this kind of shit. Dreamcast instructions was like, here's a model kit, here's how you build it. This has got way more detail. So, reverse thinking, suspending the noodle cluster. Fixing the noodle cluster in the center of the cup with an automated production line was a difficult task. Keeping the flat section of the noodles horizontal was especially difficult, and the foam of the noodles would crumble, or the form of the noodles, would crumble when they were grasped by machines. Momofuke Ando struggled to find a solution day and night. When he woke up in the bed one night, he felt the ceiling was slowly rotating, probably due to hallucination. It almost seems that the sky and earth were reversed. The epiphany led to a method of placing the noodle cluster upside down on the bottom and covering it with a cup from above, which was an approach created through reverse thinking. The next morning, the method was tried in the lab, and the noodle cluster, capital N, capital C, was successfully secured inside the cups. Cup noodles were now able to be mass-produced, and this marked the beginning of a new era in instant noodle history. Holy fucking shit. Perhaps crunch it like a Griffin macaroon with banana. Oh. Oh, that is a terrible legacy. You're not wrong. So yeah, it's a cup noodle model kit. I don't know what to say. Imply the ingredients. Yeah, we can put the thing in there. We can put the lid in if we want to put the lid on. This is so weird, and I'm very much instant noodle history. Indeed. What a history. Totally. I like this. The best thing in this here is right before you start. Please note that assembling the kit in 3 minutes may be difficult, because that's how long it takes for the noodles to be done. That is somebody understanding that people are going to be like, oh, well, how long does it take to make? Assemble while making sure the lines on the cup match. Make sure the right parts are facing the right ways and in the right positions. You don't have to tell me twice. I mean, you did tell me twice, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to start with B2. Oh boy, basically our base here. So which one is? This is. Wait. B4, not B2. That's why. Okay. Try to get some clips on here. Yeah. So there's a lot of history to this. You know, if I come across another paragraph while talking about this, I will let you know. If there's anything else that I have to point out, we are going to try to keep things looking good here. All right, so we got to have the spot that for the lid portion that opens up. We got to make sure that's facing me, so we'll do that. The cup section, you'll line it with the grooves. So we got to make sure, yeah, look there, great. And then we will get G2 and C3. This is C3. How often do you see that in a model kit where the only part of the tray is the spruce is inside of it? And we'll make sure that we have the proper groove. Groove is over about here. And then the line in between, which is a G. G2. Did you get an actual cup noodle to eat while you finish the kit? I did not, Lashbrook. I did not go that far to get a cup noodle in order to finish that off. That is a mistake on my part. I do not think that we will be done today, but so maybe for Thursday I will have a cup noodle. I don't know. It's certainly possible that that could be procured, but we'll see. All right, I got to make sure that I clean up these clips here. So we'll make sure that these are nice and clipped down. Make sure I don't have any extra here. Nubbins. That should be okay. All right. So we got to make sure this goes on this side. And then that lines up there. Yeah, there's a little hole. There's a little spot in the top for this to snap into. So we'll make sure that goes in. And then lines up right like that. Yeah. Yeah, Lashbrook, you're totally right. I should have thought about that. That's definitely a thing that should have occurred to me. Okay, so this is going to go, and one of these ridge parts goes out on the outside here and lines up with that. Right here. All right. Let's put in there. I am super intrigued by this line as to what is coming next. Yes, Mr. Bob, because the first two you're like, mini consoles. That's not totally new. The Saturn and the PlayStation. Yeah, all right. That it makes sense. It's one of those things where you're like, yeah, all right, I get that. Like that's what you would have. Okay, view from below. All right, so then we got to put F1 is the next one that's got to go in here. Here's F1. But yeah, where do you go here? Do you do another? Is there another iconic food container that you do? And do like what? It's gonna be a Konami pachinko machine. Yeah, I mean maybe it's that. I assume it's a piece of technology. Oh, what if you made a model kit of like a Sony Walkman? Because they already partnered with Sony to do the PlayStation. What if we got to make a Walkman? Ooh, that'd be kind of cool. Something like that. I think that would be neat. Piece of technology. I would say that is probably on my wish list if there was anything that was going to be on it. That might be pretty high on there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would be like definitely want. But yeah, if there's a food thing, the only thing I can think of is Kit Kats, and that's not interesting. That's not an interesting model kit, Japanese Kit Kats. But I'm sure there's another thing. Maybe the sake that you like press the top and it warms it. A Boss coffee, maybe a canned coffee from Boss. Maybe that would be something that people wanted. All right, so I got to find the groove thing. There's a groove that I've got to find that is different from the other grooves. One of these grooves is different, and I got to find. There it is. It's the groove. I found it, and we got to make sure that goes. There's a spot for this to go into. We got to figure that out. Let's see if any of this looks different. Huh. All right. I buy a model kit of Shinji's mini disc player or whatever it is. Yeah, okay. Teeny tiny cassette that goes into it too. Yeah, I think that could be very cool. All right, so this is going to go somewhere in the side of this. Is one of these is offset differently. And that's where this goes. And I don't see that right off the bat. Is it the line? Sorry about this, folks. I'm just I got to make sure that I want to make sure that I'm lining this up properly. But this is the one of these is different on this side. That is this here. So this is the one that's different. And that means that one of these should be different. It says view from below. Hmm. I don't see anything different. I'll give it another glance. Might just be hard to see. I see oodles of noodles. Indeed, Crazy Like Fox. Thank you so much again for picking up the gift card with the specific instructions that this was the thing that I would use the gift card for. Is it the line here? Is that what the thing that I'm looking for is? Alright, I gotta figure out. It's this one, because this is the middle, and then it must be. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, no, nope, nope, not right. Not right. Don't want to screw it up. Okay, gotta separate this. It didn't lock in place. I thought I had it right. Gotta figure out where it goes. Don't want to screw this up. Slow this up apart. Okay. I ordered a copy of myself, and I'm curious what the horrors I've unleashed. Yeah, no, I don't think there are horrors. I think this is just incredible. All right, so this has to fit in properly. So we are looking for the right slot to fit it in, because one of these is different here. It's this here. This is the part that's different. It has to lock into place with something from up here that is also different. And finding that seems to be frustrating right now. So let me look. None of this looks different. All of this looks the same. There it is. Found it. That's very difficult to see. All right, I got it. So that so far has been the hard thing. So that's nice. We got the hard thing done there. Yeah, that just took a while to lock into place. And then we've got C1 and F2. So let's find C1, which is this one here. Okay, what's enough? We are going to take a pause for the cause in a few minutes. I know we just started, but we'll get a little farther in here, and then we'll take our pause for the cause. I will talk about anime that I have been watching. We'll talk about ways you can support the channel if you're so inclined, and I will, do the usual, and then we'll talk about this cool kit. F2. I will say before we get into it, my bonus stream this Wednesday is my next bonus stream. I am going to be trying out the new mode in Hearthstone. I haven't decided yet. I don't know if I want to try it. The duels. I haven't quite decided if I'm going to try it or not. I'll know by tomorrow, I think, because it doesn't seem interesting to me. So I don't know if I want to try it. But I am going to play Hearthstone because I haven't played it in a little bit on stream, and I do want to play it. So that I know is my next thing is going to be Hearthstone. Just what the contents of that are a little shaky right now. I'm a little unsure, but I'll be doing some Hearthstone on Wednesday for sure. I'll tell you that. I can tell you that. Like I know that's for sure. That's what I'm going to be doing. Now, what I do in there, little questions at this point. Okay, so this goes here. That went there. There is a slot in this that looks a little different. There's a divot in one part of this, and that divot needs to line. This needs to line up with that divot. So let's figure out where that goes. Line up? Nope. Because there's somewhere on here is a divot. So far, these instructions, like, this seems like a little tricky, but like most of this has made sense, at least, even if it's a little intricate. Although I cannot find this little. There it is. Okay, so that's the divot piece. Is that there? So that is gotta go somewhere on here. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So this here needs to go there. That doesn't look right. They made some interesting decisions here. Yeah, this is getting these layers right has been a little tricky, but I'm like definitely intrigued by it. Okay, so that's in. Great. That's in. And then is that in right? Yeah. Yeah, that's in. And then the last layer is 5. And we want to start with finding the notches here. And there is a notch right before this piece here. And then this is going to lock into place with that. Interlocking. Good night, Harold. Thanks for being here. They could at least texture these little marks you need to line up. Yeah, I think that there's definitely some stuff that I would change about how this is put together if I had my druthers, but it is definitely intricate, and I am interested in that. Alright, so this is just going to line up like this. Yeah. Alright, so then we'll just... This is got to... Nope. Yeah, it's got to go... But in, though. But in, though. Nope. Like that. There we go. Alright, there we go. And... Nope, that's off. How is that off? Oh, okay. There we go. Alright, I got it. That was intricate in a way that I was not expecting. I mean, all these layers look rad as hell, but that was a lot more sliding pieces in than I would have originally planned. And I got to make sure it's all tight in there and looking good. And it is. It's looking great. I think that does look very cool, but I was very surprised about how much work that first step was. All right, let's see. Now we got to build. Oh, now we got to build the lower section of the cup, and then we'll start working on the side of it and all of the many letters we have to put on. The many letters that we have to add in. Got to keep it tight. Indeed, Lord Crashington. Well, also what we got to do is we got to take a pause for the cause, folks. That's right. We're going to take a brief moment there. To take a just a casual break. If you're new to the stream, this is the pause for the cause. This is where I talk about ways you can support the channel if you're so inclined. I only do this one time during a stream, and then we keep on building. So stick with me for a couple minutes as I briefly talk about ways you can support the channel. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego. If you're a tier 2, you can throw the Scythe and the emote into chat. Let the people know you're a subscriber. Becoming a subscriber is an easy way to support what I do. It's probably the easiest thing, but it's all optional. Everything I'm about to talk about here is optional. Becoming a subscriber is a great way to support what I do using Cash Money or your Prime Gaming token. You get once a month if you have Amazon Prime linked to your Twitch, which you should just do. But you can support me here that way. You can also gift subs. This month has been the most gifted subs I think I've ever had in any single month, with Sin and Cal Unit and Silver Streak all donating subscriptions to the community, which is rad as hell. And I hope some of those people decide to continue. But if not, that's okay. Hello, Bald Ridge. I'm taking my pause for the cause. We are working. We got a little bit done in our Cup Noodle kit. We will get into that even more. But you came in just in time for me to promote myself. I do have a Patreon. I will talk about that if you want to join that. Patreon. This week I will be putting out a Q&A every month. My Patreon gets a Q&A that they're the only people that see it. The $1, $3, $5, and $10 tiers for that. It's another way to support what I do. Consider taking a look at that. If you're watching this later on YouTube, hey YouTube, you can see all of this in the show description below. Because I'll put all the links of the stuff I'm talking about here in there. Direct donations. Everything I make on Twitch, on Patreon, all goes into me buying model kits. So I have some direct ways you can support the channel if you'd like. And that money will go into me buying kits in the future. So consider that. Let's see. Talk about I have an anime. I have a Amazon wish list. That jumps the queue. So if you buy something on my Amazon wish list, it gets mailed to me, and I'll build it on stream. I have some very inexpensive Lego sets up right now. I have the price has dropped on Garp ship from One Piece. That's up there. That's only $20 right now. I've got Lego sets. I've got high grade kits. I have the PlayStation kit. We built the Saturn. We're building the Cup Noodle. In between the two is the PlayStation model kit. So that's up. That's up on the Amazon wish list. Bunch of different things. You buy something on there, I receive it. It jumps the queue. I build it next. Also, I have at the very bottom of that list is some tools that would make my streaming life easier. In case you're like, I don't know what to buy, Pat, but I do want to support. That's an option. USA Gundam Store. You could buy gift cards to the USA Gundam Store. It comes to your email, then you send me a DM on Twitter, and you go, here's the codes I got in my email. Crazy Like Fox did that, and that's how I was able to order this, because Crazy Like Fox was like, hey, I saw you talking about this model kit. You should get it. So that's an option. Or you could be like Harold, who just left us tonight, but Harold was like, hey, get something, and I ended up pre-ordering a Gohan action figure model kit that's coming sometime. They have not sent an email yet. I don't think it's out officially, but that's supposedly coming this month. So that's another way to support what I do is via gift cards if you don't want to go through the Amazon wish list, which I understand. Let's see. I have a Discord. That's a free thing you could do. If everything I talked about there it doesn't up your alley, well, I've got a Discord. You can join my Discord. Please do. Lots of folks post stuff they're working on or their collections. I post photos after every build stream so you can see what I'm working on. I post links to all my videos. So if you don't want to follow me along on Twitter, that's another way to do it. Let's see. We got that. A couple videos for you to watch. Oh, well, you got to check out Pat Baer's Anime Club, which I posted today. It's all about anime pet peeves. It's my second video talking about pet peeves. I did one before. This is just stuff that's like annoying me. It's pretty light, except for the last one, which is serious. But that's how I do it. But it's mostly like me talking about stuff and being like, Baering the List is an ongoing weekly video series where I rank things. The ranking video that I put up last Wednesday is me ranking fast food chains. The one I'm doing that goes out for on Wednesday this week, oh boy. This one took a while. A lot of research for that one. Very specific, based on a suggestion. So I do listen to suggestions. I don't always do them, but I do listen to them. So that's that. I'm going to drink a little water, and then I'm going to talk about some anime I've been watching in the past couple days. Walleye continue on with our Noodle kit build. So let me drink a little water here. Let me get set up to talk about some anime. Put this over here. Just gotta refigure some stuff so I can keep an eye on chat while also talking about anime. Okay. So we'll get back into building. I'm gonna work on assembling the lower cup, which seems pretty straightforward. This one seems a little more straightforward than the last stuff that we had to do. So we'll get into that. Good evening, Dirty. I'm working on a cool kit. Welcome, welcome. It is time to work on this cup noodle kit. Started at the top, working on the top of the cup. Now we're working on the bottom of the cup, the lower section. And I'm going to talk about the anime that I watched the past couple of days. So, excuse me, by the grace of the gods, this one, we're getting into the adventure stuff, okay? So this is still a pretty light show. This is still pretty like, okay, this is a slice of life in a fantasy world, isekai. It's pretty lightweight. It's not that deep. But we do run into some danger. Ryoma does put himself in a bit of danger. Because there is miasma in the public toilets. Apparently, they stopped funding the cleaning of the public toilets, and things got worse. This is some government mismanagement is happening. Oh no. Anyway, we know that in real life, miasma has been proven to be an untrue theory. Basically, miasma means that some diseases, even like the Black Plague, were believed to have been caused by bad air, that something in the air was causing this. We know that that's just the bad air is a byproduct of what's happening in the world, not in it's a different thing. So we know that. We've learned that. But in this fantasy world, miasma is like a magical thing that can make people sick. So Ryoma is going to use his slimes to help out. His slimes reproduce a lot, the scavenger slimes, and make a king slime, which is bigger than the the super slimes. He's basically just making cool, bigger slimes. The Adventurers Guild is like, we'll make sure that he's like, hey, just can you make sure that no one comes in while I'm doing this? So they're like, yes, we can make sure that no one comes in while you're working. We'll have some adventurers hang out there and make sure that everything is cool. And some of the adventurers are in the closing animation. There are other beast animals. There's like a dog girl and a tiger girl. The cat girl that we saw in the end of the last episode, she's an adventurer. There's also a dude that researches slimes, and he clearly is super psyched about Ryoma's slimes that are unique, and he definitely wants to like find out what's going on with that, which I thought was fun that they included that little bit of business where he's like definitely interested in what's up. Okay, so we gotta put this on here, put that on there, and then this has to go. Why is that wrong? Why is that wrong? What did I do wrong? There it goes. Good. We got it. Bottom of the cup on. Okay. Now, more layers. Center. Yeah, I know that. Got more layers to put on the bottom of this cup. Anyway, it's a cute show. It does end with a scene where he finishes up. He does a great job. Everything's okay. And he kind of has a flashback because this is his first time like going back to the house he's staying in late. He is reminded of his mom used to wait up for him, even though she worked a lot of hours too. She'd always wait up when he worked late nights, when he was forced to work late. And then he really feels like a family. The Jamil family waited up for him, and it was nice. It was like a nice little scene. Yeah, it was a cute story. You could tell that some of these adventurers are drawn in a way that you're like, oh, these characters will probably be around for a bit. That they might get more involved in what's going on later. And yeah, overall, I like this show. It is probably my favorite of the three isekai this season, um, because it is slice of lifey and silly in a way that I enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing more of it as we go on. All right, so there's the bottom of our cup. We did the top of the cup. And now we have to cut out each part clean, align the shapes as you see them. All right, so basically we're going to take the cup noodle base for the side and then layer in a bunch of other letters on top of it. So let's get that going. We need a bunch of A letters and H. So we're going to get the cup noodle here and layer that in. But yeah, By the Grace of the Gods is a fun show. It's a fine show. I like it. If you like adventure series that seem to have a little bit lower stakes, I think it's very cool and enjoyable. A show that is a strange one is Maesetsu Opening Act. Maesetsu Opening Act is, I will reiterate this, I've said this before, and I'll reiterate it. Follow the arrow and insert diagonally into the groove. Follow the arrow and insert directly in the groove. Okay. All right, we'll do that. This is not a comedy show. This is not there are funny moments, but this is not a comedy anime. This is an anime, a slice of life anime about girls that want to be comedians. And I think it's very, very, very fucking good. As I think I said this tonight ahead of time, but I'll reiterate. Their coworkers who are older that are in a comedy duo together, they are apparently real stand-ups in Japan, and that's odd. And then they also had to play stand-ups who are doing a bad job, which is an interesting choice. But they are, because they are still figuring stuff out. So apparently they filmed the show and they put it online, and it doesn't have a lot of views, but that makes sense because they're not known. But while they got positive feedback from mostly family and friends, the online comments are a little harsher, which is accurate. That they would be, but they're not wrong. They're just they're not as flowery. Let's see. They want to go out and experience more life so that they can, the two groups, so they can write some new material. The Art Deco mostly goes shopping and get food, but they talk about improving their tempo. Tokunatsu do some people watching, and they are reminded of their little sisters. Speaking of which, one of the girls, Mafuyu, her younger sister and her friend watch the uploaded video and really enjoy it. They really think it's funny, which is nice. But also, Mafuyu's younger sister is very much like psyched about. Like she's really thinks her older sister is cool. So the coworkers who are the older coworkers who are in a comedy duo named Freak! Exclamation point. They're called Freak, which is interesting. They have a show coming up. It's a bringer. And the girls buy tickets. Art Deco and so they buy tickets. Mafuyu's sister and her friend decide they're going to be a comedy duo. So now we have the fourth comedy duo has emerged, and they go with a name with Sundora, which is a play on their one of their sisters' names, which is cute. It's a cute choice. Let's see. What else happens there? Oh, the girls are going to go to the show, but they actually end up catching as well a show from J.K. Cool, which is the girls that they're contemporaries but are actually successful and have signed. Like they're legit. It turns out their set is very good. They're super polished. Freak performs on a small stage and doesn't do super well. They're still figuring stuff out. Not a lot of people came. It's okay, but not great. And this is just another day in these characters kind of figuring out what they need to work on. As I said, is this the funniest show? No. There's a show I'm going to talk about in a moment or two that's way funnier. but it is a cute show, and I do like the idea of a show about stand-up comedy. Um, I think that is a neat idea um, from different aspects, and the fact that they're going to have uh, a two girls who are just starting out from square one, who are literally like, how do we come up with material? Like they don't know, is really interesting. So we'll see. We'll see where that goes. All right, so I got to get more of this cup noodle done here. We got to put the ooze in oodles and noodles. So we'll do that. Ninja Collection is done. Episode 13. Now this show started late, kind of during the last season, and then it had a bunch of different. It had delays at it had like a 2 week delay and like several 1 week delays. So it's just over now. Basically, a guy is mad he has to work late, and he's approached by someone who goes like, "Hey, where do you go to have fun around here?" Which is a weird thing to say. And the guy returns home and discovers a woman who definitely looks to be some sort of monster or possessed is like playing cat's cradle, and she's like, "Take it, take it," and he's like, "No." And the next day she shows up and she's like, "Take it," and he's like, "Fine, but you leave me alone." Which, we know as an audience he should not have said that. But he doesn't know that. He shouldn't have said that. So he takes it, and then he turns into a creature like her who is saying, "Take it." And then the guy who asked about fun returns, and he kills the man with the string. And it's interesting. This show took some turns because early in the run, we would have seen one of our ninjas defeat the demon before the guy who was working late became a demon. But in the last couple episodes, it was definitely harsher on people. So that's interesting. I don't know. Is Ninja Collection worth your time? No. I would say look up the closing theme to Ninja Collection because that song slaps. And I would say that is the only good thing about this show. Mostly it's weird, and they're short. They're 4 minutes, so you could watch them all quickly, but I don't think Ninja Collection was particularly great. I mostly finished it. One, I wanted to see if it went from being an anthology to if there was some episodic stuff going on, and there wasn't. So I was kind of interested in that. So I kind of watched that, and now I'm like, then it was the point where it was like, okay, well, I kind of want to finish this up, so let's finish this up. All right, now we got to put, make sure I do not cut some tabs in this, but we finished that part of the cup noodle. And now let's build the B1 and B2, and I'll talk about the last show. The show, as I said, that is actually, I think, a funny show this season. Probably the funniest show I'm watching, which is Sleepy Princess in the Demon Castle. It's just adorable. I will say this. Our demon princess here, she is definitely a monster. She has no problem murdering demons to get what she wants, which is to be more comfy and sleep more comfortable, which is messed up. Let's see, what happens in this episode? The tub she has is too tiny. It was made for too small a person. And she's always dreamed of falling asleep in the tub. But of course, as a princess, she can't do that in her regular castle because she's got too many attendants. And this tub she can't sleep in. So she goes on a quest. She sees this thing called the rocket turtle, which is just, it looks like a turtle, but it has rocket launchers. So she makes it explode and then steals the shell and fills it with hot water. But she doesn't get to keep it, unfortunately. And then the main story is the summers are too hot. And because there's lava everywhere. And every summer, I guess, the ice demons from the ice area show up. So we get a bunch of new characters show up for that. And the ice demons are like, "Hey, we're here, and we demand that you get rid of the lava and take care of us, and they protest every time. Well, the princess decides, I'm going to go to the ice area, and I'm going to take a bunch of ice so that I can have ice and be cool in my cell. Again, she never tries to really escape and get back to where she is or meet up with the hero or anything. She's usually just looking for ways to make her cell better. That is the joke of the show. That is the major joke conceit of this program. Alright, so we gotta snap this part on here. The back of this. And putting a bunch of accents pieces on here on our cup noodle. H2. This pin. Anyway, the major fucked up part of this episode is that she uses her head. She's like, well, I can't go to the ice place. I need armor of some kind to protect me from the weather. So she runs across a tire genie. The tire genie just looks like the Michelin Man. It's just a monster made out of tires, and she kills it and uses the armor to walk around in. And then we see in a moment later that the tire genie is now a ghost of it, and it's just the guy inside it, and that's fucked up. That's rude and fucked up. Let's see. The ice demons think that she's the ice golem, which she is not, but they think that that's what she is. So she's able to get them to bring a bunch of stuff, including little seals, little ice seals, for her to cool down in, and an igloo, because she convinces them that, hey, if you're going to help me out, actually the princess is going to become the demon king at some point, so you want to get on her good side, which is, a lie. But they believe her for a little while. And then the last one, which is the shortest one, is she tries to become smaller so that she can sleep on a big bed of fur, but the thing that she gets doesn't make her, tinier. It doesn't shrink her. It's not a shrink ray. It just makes her younger. So she is smaller, but not that small. But the problem is that the demons want to pick her up and hold her because she's tiny, and they've never held a tiny human before. So she tries to escape, but she gets head pats and cheek pokes. But she does fall asleep in the arms of the demon cleric. And there is a moment where the demon king is they're like, hey, you should do this. You should do this. And he's like, no, I don't want to do this. This might be a trap, which I thought was pretty funny. She's basically on an extended vacation while being kidnapped by the demon lord. If she goes back, she has so many duties to take care of. Yeah, the main thing is that she is very excited about having the opportunity to just get a whole lot of sleep. Which, fair, honestly. Okay, so this is going to go here. We are now assembling our cup before we get into some detailing work here. And, of course, all of our stuff that has to go into it. But we're doing cup assembly. All right. There. But, yeah, honestly, it is a very cute show. I recommend it if you are looking for a comedy this season that is a little light and a little silly. Yes, on a quest for comfy sleep. Yeah, that's the gist of it. She was kidnapped, but maybe she can get a good night's rest in this place. All right, so then we got to put this on top here, and this is going to lock in here. We lock this in so. This is going to lock in up top. Right? Yes. But I got to make sure this all slots in properly. But yeah. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Yes, I think I'm putting this on wrong. Okay. Sorry, I get quiet sometimes when I'm like really like looking at a part of this kit. Okay, so when it goes like this, that looks right. This looks like it should connect right, but I am struggling to get this on right. So we go here. Has there been a wrestler with a gimmick that they're called Big Same and they just mirror whoever they're up against, but they're just like 8 feet tall? No, I don't know if there's any Big Same. There's Big Swole, uh, and there's Big Papa Pump, but I don't know if there's any Big Same. Yeah, it's just like, oh, I do whatever you do, but I'm a very tall wrestler, so it's different. Why is this? Breathe. This looks right. This is connected properly. So the bottom is on right. I can tell the bottom is on right. That's all lined up properly. That all looks good. This is all lined up right here. And I can tell this is where the lid should be. And everything is locked in place right. So I may have put this... It may be that I assembled this wrong, but it doesn't look wrong. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I didn't do it wrong. But this should definitely line up like this. Like that clearly is where that goes. And that should go like that. But it might be wrong. I might want to reassemble the top portion here and try to make sure I'm doing this right. So, all right, I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go back here and we're going to look at the first thing and we are going to see if I have assembled this improperly somehow, which is totally possible. Okay. So we are just going to take all these out here and take those out. Let's see if I can do this right. All right, so one of these is going to be like this. Okay, and then this is the dent here. So yeah, we're just going to start off where we go where we left off here and try to do this properly and see if that's the issue. It could just be that I'm just missing something, the connection, but I think that I was just doing this wrong. Okay, so then we're going to find there's a notch on this. There's the notch. Okay. And that's going to go here. Have this wrong. This is the thing. No, that's right. White, was it white or gold? It's white. Okay. So this is the next thing that has to go up here, and then I have to find this goes into this slot here. There we go. had the wrong thing in. Okay. And then this is going to go down like this. Then how does this lock into place? This might be the thing that I did wrong the last time. So we'll see if I can get it right this time. If any of this was actually fucked up, I think this is what it was. Just where do I put this piece here? Yeah. Alright. And then this interlocks this. Yeah. Okay. Let's just go something there. Alright, I think I figured this out. I think once I connect all this, it'll work. So I have to get all this slide in right. Okay. I think I got this right. I think I messed up this last time. We'll see now if this slides into place. Let's go back to our instructions here. And then this has got to fit in here. So this will look like this. This is going to be this section here. And it should line up like this. And fit in. Yeah! Yeah! Alright! Got it! Whoops. Oh, shit. Didn't get it. Okay, gotta do that. But, less pressure there. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Had it. And then definitely popped everything out. Okay. Luckily, just slipped out. Alright. So then, this is the portion that goes here. And it goes like that. Yeah. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that does look right. Okay. And then this piece will go in like this. And that's our cup noodle kit, which we need. Obviously, we have to apply a whole lot of stickers for. So we're not done with that. We got to apply a lot of stickers. I do have the piece here I got to put on, but I did want to get the base on. But that's the base. We could, after we put the base on, put this lid on top and call it quits. And we could say, that's it. We wouldn't be putting any filling in. We wouldn't be putting stickers on. So we're not going to do that. But we could theoretically call it quits once we put on the piece that I didn't put on yet, which is A17 and the tab, and then F4, which is this. Wait, what layer is this? F3. Where's F3 go? Well, that explains it. Oops. Okay, so let's put this piece on that I didn't put on there, and then we'll also put on this part here. Gonna go. And then one of the reasons why this probably doesn't feel right is because I missed a layer. I didn't even notice that there's gold layer has to go in here. And that could be why things don't quite fit right, is because I literally fucked up. So always read the instructions, y'all. This is the second major fuck up of the night. It's probably could have gotten away with it because it all seemed to fit pretty well. But yeah, this was definitely a screw up on my part. I was like, wait, why is there a gold ring left? I know why there's a gold ring left, because I missed a step. So always double check that you're doing everything. Luckily, this disassembles pretty easily. But yeah, that's a major goof. A major goof! Okay, so I'm going to put this on here, which locks in. So this is, if this is here, and those are there, then this goes. That, okay. The Gunpla gods heard you calling HGs easy. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, sometimes they're not, but they are relatively easy. This is a non-grade. This is a 1-to-1 scale. Non-graded kit. But, yeah. Alright. There. Now we can reassemble it, knowing that I have now put the proper layers in. Everything is right. Of course, we'll have to do this part again that I kept saying, like, oh, why is this not working right? Of course, it works perfectly this time. And then our cup noodle front. Classic Greek hubris. Indeed, Aristophan. Occasionally, hubris there. But, alright, so we are, by all accounts, done here. But we still have to put in all of the noodles and ingredients. And then we have to put on all of the stickers. So, first things first, though, let's build some noodles. Gotta put some noodles in. We'll start with our big noodle cluster, which is E. Noodle cluster. Gotta put together our noodle cluster. Oh, I guess I'll take a photo of what it looks like inside without any noodles in it, because that's kind of neat. It's the cup. Alright, E5. Yeah, so Wednesday, I'm going to play Hearthstone. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing the segment, if I'm going to be playing the new duels format. I can't remember if I need to pre-order to unlock it or if I have demo access already, because some people got that. So I have to look it up, because I'm not like, oh, I'm definitely going to be doing this, but I'm like, I'm interested in maybe doing it. Boy, that sheet of noodle bits is unappealing. Well, I think when it's all together, it will look more appealing. But I agree with you. This right now, as sections, this ramen, this noodles section does not look super appealing. I agree with you. But I think when it's all together, it'll look more appealing. When it's in the cup, maybe it'll look better. But yeah, these giant fragments of plastic that are supposed to be food, it's a little rough. Yeah, so that's Wednesday. I'm going to play Hearthstone. If I don't end up playing the new duels format, like I said, I haven't decided if I'm going to or not. I'm going to investigate that tomorrow. If I don't end up playing that, then I will just play Wild. I have some Wild decks that I really like. I'm in Platinum. I'm low in Platinum right now, and I would like to try to get a little higher in Platinum before the season ends. So we will, or the month ends. So we'll see how I do tomorrow. Or Wednesday. So that's the next stream will be Wednesday. And of course, Thursday, I will be working on this kit. I do not know what I'm doing next. I have a backlog of stuff. My Gohan kit has not arrived yet. I'm hoping that it comes. I don't know when it's being released. I know it's this month, but supposedly it was this month, but I have not gotten any notification about it shipping. It may be delayed. Which would suck, but I have to investigate that. But yeah, I do want to do some more. I do have some kits. I have some old kits. So that's going to be interesting. I have a kit from the year 2000 and a kit the year from 2001. I think Both involve screws, which is always a frustrating thing, but I'll certainly do it. But it is nice to do occasionally a blast from the past model kit, so that is coming up in the future. And like another high grade, I've got I've got another high grade, and I've got 2 master grades, but old master grades left. So we'll definitely, and of course, Saturday's stream will start with the Lego Brickheads Ghost, because that is cute and fun to do. So we'll do that. And then sometime in November, I do not know when in November, but I will be doing my Lego free build. I have not decided when that's going to be yet, but that is the plan, is to do the Lego free build. And I am looking forward to trying that out. We're gonna build a mech out of Lego. And I don't know. I'm just gonna use all the Lego I have for the Lego kits that I've built since I moved here. And I'm not sure exactly how it's gonna turn out, but I am excited to give it a shot. And that'll be sometime in November. And that should be pretty fun. We'll put this on here. And yeah. We'll put this on here. All right, and here's our big thing of noodles. Just a weird sentence to say. But insert straight. Well, careful not to tilt it. Okay. Cup noodle. I do think that together that does look better. So there's the cup noodle. And then you can take out to see the noodles in here on the side, which is a fun choice. I do like that you can remove that there. Yum, indeed. I think it looks better. All right. We're going to get some of these stickers on. We'll do some of them. We're not going to get all of them done today, but we will get a good amount. And then we will continue where we left off on Thursday. We will continue with all of these many stickers. So let's start with number 18, which is this bottom barcode. Okay, bottom barcode. So I am trying the technique where I'm going to be going underneath and pulling away the sticker location, which will then allow me to peel up the sticker. This is basically so that you don't tear the sticker on the edges, which happens, and I have certainly done before. All right, and then it's on the bottom, so we don't have to be perfect with this. Put that barcode there. Barcode. Great. One sticker has been applied. A sticker you will literally never look at. Oh boy. Oh boy. Very big stickers. It's on here. All right. So this is going to be an interesting sticker to apply, because you can see, I don't actually think you can see there, maybe you can see, but there is lettering there, so we are going to layer over. We want to make sure that we layer this properly. rid of any bubbles. They're there. Okay. And then all these little ones have stickers too. Damn, that's a lot of stickers. Alright, well, let's do the... We're just doing the big stickers right now. Because it's the end of the stream, and I don't want to deal with tiny stickers. So that'll be Thursday. Thursday I'll be refreshed, and I'll be glad to work on tiny stickers. Like all of the little stickers we have to put it here that are going to go in the back of this to make this fill this part out for whatever reason involves stickers. Why? I don't know why that's not plastic, why those are stickers, but they are. So I am looking forward to having you know, the beginning of the stream where I am more gung-ho about model kit stuff and more focused. We'll do that then. Oh, of course, even though this is modeled after the 90s, or sorry, the 70s container, the 70s version of the container, it still has the product information that is modern. So it still says cupnoodle.jp. And still has a barcode, a modern barcode, which is a fun little touch. Oops. Oh no, 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 no. I got a crease here, so I gotta try to apply this again. Alright. I feel better about that. Oof. These are some stickers. Some stickers are on this, y'all. Like I said, I don't really want to do the tiny stickers, so we're just going to do the bigger, easier to apply stickers. We'll do this one here. Nissan, which is this one. Oh, Megabyte just subscribed with Prime. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Throw the Bear Cave logo this side from there. Saying, buckle up. It's the cup, indeed. Thank you very much for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, always appreciate it. All right, so let's get that on here. Thank you for using User Prime. Nissan. All right, let's put a Jazz sticker on this as well, and then the line underneath it, the number. Oh, I like the sticker technique. The sticker technique of kind of stabbing away from the sticker to then be able to get underneath in it instead of trying to peel the outer edge. It's good. I picked that up from one Ian Horner of Loading Ready Run, who built this kit the other day, like last week, basically. He got it from his brother, who is currently living in Japan, because it went out to Japanese stores before it went out to international sellers, which is totally fine and reasonable. Got no problem with that. Alright, we got one sticker to put on here. We are going to wrap up in a moment or two, and I will go ahead and we will, of course, raid. We're going to raid. Don't you worry. We will find someone to go and raid to share the love and spread the love and keep the good vibes going over to somebody else doing stuff. And then on Thursday, I will do all of the toppings that have to go in, the shrimp and various things. Basically, this stuff that needs to go in there, the egg and the shrimp, because the shrimp all has to be stickered. So that's going to be interesting to do. So we'll do egg, we'll do the shrimp, we'll do it says it here, mystery meat, It says mystery meat, and the leaks will put all that in there, and then we will decide if we're going to put the lid on or not. But we probably will because it looks cool. Um, yeah. And then, of course, as I said, there are still some stickers that need to get put on here, and we will do that as well. All right, let me go and find somebody for us to go and raid, because that is what we do here. We always end a stream with a raid. So let's see who is doing stuff that I want to go and give some love to. Oh, hell yeah. We are going to go and raid. We're going to get spooky again because Mary Kish is playing through Amnesia Rebirth. And so we are going to go get spooky scaried with Mary Kish. So if you don't want to be spooked out, feel free to skip this raid. But Mary rules. Her community is awesome. Oh, Aristophan, I think it looks rad. But Mary's community is awesome. So let's go and give her a raid as she plays through a spooky, scary game. I've only, you know what? I played Soma, and I like Soma, but I have not played their other games. So I don't know if this is going to be terrifying or what. But let's go and hang out and show Mary some love. Feel free to come along. And if not, I hope to see you on Wednesday when I play some Hearthstone, and on Thursday when I keep working on this kit. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.